Well, hello again, my fabulous love bug goodies. Well, honey child, your girl is at it once again with this requested recipe bowl. You are going to love this one. Salmon patties recipe that you have been asking for so long is finally here. I am going to show you guys how I make these crunchy on the outside, golden brown, juicy-licious, yummy-licious salmon patties in my kitchen. Fast, easy, and simple. You are going to love, 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 love this recipe, honey. Now, if you are here and you're watching me making up these salmon patties in my kitchen for your very first time, be sure that you have subscribed to your girl channel. Now, if you have not already subscribed, goodie, go ahead and do so. Turn on those post notification settings so you will always be aware of whenever your girl upload a brand new video. Are you ready for the recipe? Well, I'm ready to give it. Let's get started.
You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. You don't remember where you're coming from. Rastafari, why you turn your back on your brother when him need you? You don't remember the days when him feed you. You know when no obligation but to owe him some respect. All you need to do is just give him one to get turn your back on your brother.
Okay, goodie, let's jump right into it. You are definitely going to need 2 cans of the pink salmon, right? That is what you'll need. Don't use one. You need 2 for this recipe. When you take them out of the can, you are going to remove the bones in, and you are definitely going to take the skin off. Now, a lot of people leave them in. If you could tolerate those bones or whatever, because you are going to mash up the salmon, you could leave it in, but I'm choosing to take them out, and I am going to take off that outer layered skin. I don't like it. It gotta go. I am going to be adding salt, but I'm going to go mellow on the salt. I'm going to add a lot of garlic powder. I am going to add chopped onion and chopped green bell pepper, 2 eggs, garlic, fresh garlic, and I am adding fish seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, and cayenne pepper to it. Do not skip any of those, but you could substitute out your season of choice. That is my season of choice. Fish seasoning, all-purpose seasoning, and cayenne pepper. You could use chili pepper, or just leave it out. Use whatever season that you like, of course. Okay. Now I'm choosing to use plain breadcrumbs. However, you could use seasoned breadcrumbs. Seasoned breadcrumbs, I think, is going to give it more flavor to the fish. I choose to use plain breadcrumbs. Yeah, that's what I choose. That's what I'm using. Yeah. Now I am going to be adding. This is optional, but I'm going to be using my all-purpose flour. Okay, just to make sure that my thing does not stick or anything like that, or mash up when I fry it. Now moving right along to that pot, I added about 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, goodie, because I don't want my salmon patties to be salty, so I'm using unsalted butter. To that, I added about a tablespoon of garlic, chopped garlic, and I am combining that right there to get my veggies soaked up and all that goodness. I want my onions and my bell peppers to have flavor. This is going to be your very first step. Okay, don't move on to anything else until you do this first, because you want to make sure when you cook these vegetables, you are going to put it aside and allow it to cool. Not add it to anything unless that thing is cold. Not even cold to the touch, goodie. Cold to the touch. Do not add raw vegetables to the salmon patties. You want to make sure that your vegetables are cooked nice and caramelized like that. Nice and tender and cooked and flavorful with that butter that you added and that garlic. When you're done with that step, you are going to set it aside, and you are going to add it to your recipe at a later on down the line, and you'll see as I go along here. But that looks pretty good, and that's exactly how I want that to be. Okay, now moving right along with my salmon, I'm going to go ahead, like I said before, I am going to remove all the bones out of my my fish. I don't like it, guys. Yeah, I just couldn't tolerate those bones. Ever since I was a kid, I could not stand those bones. Those, even though they're soft, there's something about those bones that creeps me out. Really, really terrible in my mouth. It gives my mouth a horrible feeling. So I take those bones out. No matter what recipe I'm using for this kind of a fish in a can, I always take them out. So we're going to take those out. Yes, we are going to take those out. Goody. Can't take it. Me can't take it. Them coming out. Yes, check them, take them out. Then what I'm doing here, I'm removing that upper layered skin, because I feel if I leave them into the salmon to make the salmon patty, it's going to give it that little black coloring in there. I don't want that. I just want it to be all fleshy meat. As much as I could possibly get off, I'm going to take it off as much as I can. So we are going to go ahead and just remove them out of the mix. We're gonna, set them to the side, turn them, flip them over, and just remove those, and just take your time and do it. Because you're trying to achieve the best salmon patties you could have. Now, if you want to leave it on, guys, you could be sure to leave it on. It's not going to go to waste, because I'm going to give it to the cat. Yes, so we take those off. Okay, moving right along. That looks pretty good. That seems to be okay. Checking. And that seems to be fine, I think. Now, okay, now moving right along, we're going to go ahead and start really making this thing up. So I went ahead and I put it into a bigger container, and I threw them all up in there. And after I did that, I went ahead and started adding my garlic powder and black pepper and seasonings and salt and all the other stuff on there. And I will list everything that I'm using for the salmon patty recipe will be listed down in your description bar. Go ahead and check those out. And right here I am mashing up everything together. Like I would say, I am combining all the spices with the fish together. So you want to make sure that you do that pretty well. I'm using my fork for this. Yeah, I prefer to use a fork. So we are just combining everything together, the spices, black pepper, all of that good stuff. Yes, boo, I love me some salmon patty on a sandwich for dinner with some rice. Yummy. I love me some salmon patties. Yes, boo. Yes. And it's coming along just fine. You could just throw that on a sandwich. It's already flavorful, but we aren't done here, boo. We aren't done here. We are going to get it in. We are getting it in, because I have people that's waiting on this right here. So I went ahead and I kept mixing it in for a couple of minutes just to be sure that everything was nicely combined. And then after that was combined, I went ahead and I added my cooked onions and bell peppers right there, seasoned with that fresh taste of garlic and unsalted butter, and I started combining those to the mix. And I am telling you, that was smelling really good already. It was really smelling really good. Tell you guys, you could make this up as a sandwich just like that. Now, after I got done doing that, it was time to add my eggs in. But I'm not going to put my eggs in, just throw my eggs in like that. I went ahead and gave it a couple of mixing, a couple of spin, and a couple of twirls first, because I wanted it to be nicely combined. Everything must be nicely combined, right? So I went ahead and did that for maybe a minute or so, and then I poured it into the mix and I combined the eggs and everything else together like so. Yep. Because the egg, what it's doing right there, that egg that I just put in there, it is going to hold everything in place, that it doesn't fall apart. Now I am going to add my plain breadcrumbs, and like I said before, guys, you can add seasoned breadcrumbs too, because it's going to even give it more flavor. I'm adding 1 cup of the breadcrumbs in first. So you see, pour that 1 cup in there. because a lot of times people make salmon patties, and by the time it hits the pot, it falls apart. I am going to show you how not to have your salmon patty falling apart. Goody. We don't want the salmon patty turning into 3 pieces in the pot. No, we're not doing that. So we go ahead and we combine that 1 cup of breadcrumbs to the mix. Let's go ahead and mix it all up in there. Get it all up in there. Really good. Goody. Like that. Okay. Get it all up in there. And you could even taste it as you go along. Goody. Don't be afraid to taste it, because remember, your fish is cooked. So you could taste it just to see if you need any more flavoring to it. You could take away what I use. You could add what you like, but make sure that you give it a little taste here and there to make sure that your salmon patty is in fact tasting the way that you want it. Okay? Yes, boo. Okay, so now here I am adding another half a cup. So I added a total of 1.5 cup of breadcrumbs. I didn't have the entire thing all at once. I added the half cup later on. Okay, now this is just to give you an idea. Now if you wanted to add 1 cup of the breadcrumbs, you could just do that, but to be on your safe side, Goody, without having fallen apart salmon patties in your pot, go ahead and throw that 1.5 cup in there just to be on your safe side. That is your texture right there. The texture is perfect, as you can see, right? When you scrunch it up like that in your hands, like that, that's when you know that your patties are safe to go. Now I did add just a little tad more of the fish seasoning to it, because I wanted it to have more. It didn't have the flavor. It wasn't flavorful as I would want it to be. So I did add a tad more of the fish seasoning to it. Yep, so now I'm getting ready to make up my patties, and you are going to decide the size that you want to have your patties in. You see how that looks, guys? That is perfect. You see how it's holding really nicely? Perfect. So I'm going to be making them pretty big. I want big patties here, big patties. So go ahead and decide what kind of size you want. It's fine. You can make them like little balls too. Some people make like meatball sizes out of it, but I wanted to where I could have a sandwich if I wanted to have a sandwich. All right. So I go ahead and I put it in my hand, and I become one with that meat ball. Well, not meatball, but I becomes one with my salmon patty, just to get it into the size that I want. And yes, Goody, you could bake these things too, but it has to be the right texture to put it in the oven, or it's going to fall apart. Yes, you could bake these up too. I have had baked before. I'm just going ahead and just put a little bit of flour on it, just dust it off. You don't want it to, you're not frying chicken, so you just want to put a little bit of flour on it, and that flour is going to hold it, Goody, when you are frying these things up. I'm telling you, you better listen, or your patty's gonna fall apart if you don't. I'm showing you one more what I'm doing here. I'm just making the size that I want it to be. I become one with the salmon patties. Yes, honey. In the palm of my hand to shape it up, slap, shape it up. I'm adding more because I want it to be bigger. Yes, boo. So I go ahead, shape it up in the size that you want to. And then you just go ahead and just sprinkle a little flour upon it. You know, either way, you could just dunk it in there like that, or you could sprinkle it on just like so. Sprinkle on just like that. Your choice. You're going to have to decide if you want to just put it in there or if you want to sprinkle it on. It's going to work just fine. Don't matter. Just make sure you have some flour upon it, because it's going to hold it, Goody. I'm telling you, it's going to hold it. So now that is what it looks like when you are done. But I did get about 7 patties patties, but my patties were big, but I did get about 7 out of this mixture. Okay, now make sure that your oil is nice and hot, and we are going to put those patties up in that oil, and you are going to fry them until they are nice and golden brown. Okay, medium heat, nice and golden brown, sweetheart. When you turn these things over, look at that. Look at that. You see what I'm saying? Nice, crispy, crunchy, and golden brown. Just like that. Golden brown. Look at that. Look at this again. Look. Just look at this goodie. Look. Look. You see that? Look. Turn them things over. Turn it. See? Boom. Nice, crispy, crunchy, and golden brown. That's what happens when you do this method. You don't have to worry about your patties falling apart when you turn them over, boo. They are going to be nice, crispy, crunchy, and golden brown. Trust me when I tell you, the thing is going to be massive. Now, goodies, make sure that your fire is on medium heat, only medium heat. You definitely do not want to burn these yummilicious of goodness, okay? So make sure your fire stays on medium heat at all times. You're going to have the best salmon patty ever. Now, a quick reminder, y'all, make sure that you have already subscribed here. Give your girl a thumbs up, okay? Turn on those post notifications and check out all my other recipes. Your girl have a whole bunch of them up here. Check out your girl channel's Life as Juliana. Make sure you subscribe, goodie, and show some love. And then we're back to the recipe. Now, I went ahead and added the 3 remainder that I have. I did get 7 total out of this batter that I made. Now, you can make them smaller if you'd like more, right? For sure, because I wanted mine chunky, because I'm going to make sandwiches as well. So I made mine big, but make them every size that you want to make them. It's fine, don't matter, right? Still the same salmon patty in your kitchen. I did allow them to fry the same 6 minutes total, and looky at that boo thing. Nice, crispy, crunchy, munchy, full of goodness, all up on the inside right there. The thing came out really yummy. When I got done with that, honey, I put that on the table and I was ready to serve with rice, potatoes, whatever they wanted. Popped it all up open. Oh yes, boo. Them salmon patty is divine. I tell you. I'm not joking on these things here. Yo, this is so good. You are going to love it on anything. I kid you not. You are going to love these salmon patties on whatever you want to have it with. Now, goodies, remember, thumbs up the recipe, share with friends and family. All right, make sure you do that. Check your girl channel out, Life as Juliana. Now, down below, tell me what you'd like to have me cooking next in my kitchen. And as always, from my kitchen to your kitchen, enjoy!